Nothing will be as impressive on your Thanksgiving table as sourdough bread shaped as a turkey. It is fun, admirable, and delicious. Follow along with me as I show you how to make this exciting Thanksgiving treat. This recipe is for 2 loaves. If you'd like to only make 1 loaf, simply do half the amount of every ingredient that I do. Start by mixing 1,000 grams of flour with 700 grams of room temperature water. I am using 700 grams of bread flour and 300 grams of unbleached all-purpose flour. You are more than welcome to use any combination of these flours, even simply 1,000 grams of all-purpose flour and no bread flour, or vice versa. After mixing these together, cover your bowl with a tea towel and let it sit for 30 minutes while the gluten starts developing. I like to separate out the adding of the starter and the salt, but in a pinch, you can definitely add them at the same time. It simply gives your dough more strength if you let it autolyse first. After 30 minutes, add 145 grams of active sourdough starter to your dough. Mix it in with your hand until you feel that it is completely incorporated. Once you are happy with your dough, place the tea towel back over it and wait another 30 minutes. After that half-an-hour wait, add 20 grams of salt to your dough and dimple it in with your fingers. Combine the mixture until it is smooth, and you can even lift and fold the dough to start giving it strength. Cover your bowl again. Now you are going to perform 3 more lift and folds, each a half an hour apart. Waiting a half an hour in between these 3 lift and folds gives the gluten time to relax, so you won't tear it in the next round. The dough is building its extensibility and flavor. After the next 1.5 hours, when you are done with the 3 lift and folds, cover your dough and let it bulk ferment until it has risen by around 40 to 50% and has visible bubbles on the top of it. This should take around 4 to 6 hours, but differs greatly depending on the temperature of your home. When you see that your dough is done with the bulk fermentation, go ahead and gently remove it from the bowl onto a lightly floured surface. Pre-shape your dough in whichever way you would like. I am going to separate my dough into 2 loaves since this recipe is double, and then stretch them out so that they are both in 2 long lines. I then roll up these fairly long strips. I roll it up nice and tight and even give it a double roll if it needs it, and then simply shape it into a ball. Once you have pre-shaped your bread, leave it alone for about half an hour for the bench rest. Return to your dough 30 minutes later for the final shaping. Shape your dough in whichever way you would like. I will be doing the head, shoulders, knees, and toes method, where I bring the top down, then I bring the sides in, then the bottom up, and then the bottom sides in and over the dough. So then I can roll it up tightly to create a great seal on the bread. I also cover the sides of my dough to make sure it's all sealed up. You want a really good seal because that keeps the gas from escaping and creates tension on the dough, which in turn gives you a loaf that springs up and not outwards. Place your dough into a floured banneton. Put it in the fridge covered overnight, and I will see you tomorrow. Good morning. Preheat your Dutch oven for an hour at 450 degrees in your oven. When you are nearing the end of that hour, get your dough out from the fridge. Now is the fun part. Set your dough on a piece of parchment paper in front of you. Use your bench scraper to form the turkey wings. On either side of the dough, cut about an inch or two inwards to create a flap. Do not cut this dough all the way off. You need it to stay connected to the body, so make sure to not sever it completely. Then take the wings and fold them over the body, sticking them with a toothpick to ensure that they stay in place. Now you can move on to the turkey legs. There is extra dough on the sides of the loaf that was made from forming the wings. Go ahead and slice an inch or two inwards from the sides of the dough. Completely sever them off from the loaf. Shape the slices into drumsticks and attach them lower on the turkey body. This resembles the actual turkey legs on the loaf. My turkey legs overlap slightly on the bottom, and there you have it. You shaped a turkey loaf. Place your dough in the preheated Dutch oven and bake covered for 20 minutes at 450 degrees. When the 20 minutes are done, remove the lid and the toothpicks from your bread. Bake uncovered for another 10 minutes or until your desired crispiness and color has been reached. Here is the final adorable turkey product. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you make this for Thanksgiving, and watch this video next for more sourdough videos.